let's look at, this is another, I think, music piece that you like and are proud of, right? When we have the rally.
This one, I like the way it came together. And yeah, this one is a very like string-oriented cue. And this, I didn't really talk much about the string players, but they're fantastic as well. It was a trio, and we were very limited in budget, so the way we recorded was really interesting. We'd have to like stack in groups of 3. It was violin, viola, cello. And so if I wanted like the sound of like an ensemble, I'd have to write in a range that worked for all of them so they could play in unison. So I might have like, there'd be layers, like there'd be some kind of like rhythmic layer maybe, and then if there was a melody layer, that would be an overdub, and that could be like all of them playing together sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes it would just be one person or something. But the limitations actually gave Korra like a very interesting sound.
Right.
It's like one of those examples of like you're sort of forced to think of things differently just because like you can't do the tried and true because you don't have access to the tools for it.
Yeah.
And that's like, that kind of informs like the entire Korra score, like the sound of it. And
how about that?
And there were 3 amazing players, and it was very intimate.
Would you say they were a triple threat triad
They were
of
triple
musicians?
Triple threat triad.
That's what they were.
Brilliant.
Triple threat
It was
triad.
meant to be.
Yeah.
Once again, it was meant to be.
And triad is a musical term as well, so there you go.
See?
Still
Well,
works
let's
too well.
look at let's find out more about Amon. Let's see Amon in action, explaining kind of who he is.
My quest for equality began many years ago. When I was a boy, my family and I lived on a small farm. We weren't rich, and none of us were benders. This made us very easy targets for the firebender who extorted my father.
Why a firebender? That's what I'm talking about.
But this is what's so interesting about this.
That firebender took my family from me. Then he took my face.
Ah, so now we're associating him with Zuko a little bit.
Yeah, a
Like,
little bit.
no, Zuko
Little
went through
bit.
that. Zuko's a hero to us.
Tar has recently arrived in Republic City.
Okay, settle down.
booing,
Simmer down,
booing,
everyone.
booing.
Simmer down.
Tell you that bending brings balance to the world. But she is wrong. The only thing bending has brought to the world is suffering. It has been the cause of every war in every era. But that is about to change. I know you have been wondering, what is
Those strings are so foreboding.
about to get your answer?
Amon's theme was fun. It was a combination of, strings and live instruments and computer music stuff.
Really?
And these like pitch percussion, pitch
Oh,
down
cool.
low, and doing these sort of patterns, these
Yeah.
strange patterns, these unpredictable patterns. And it was kind of like his sort of like what's underneath.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, the storm underneath,
Yeah,
the boiling.
Like
Yeah.
sort of complexity underneath of who he is and what is he really. You see one thing on the surface and there's something else
Oh,
going
that's
on.
brilliant.
The power to take a person's bending away permanently.
I also love, just a quick shout out, we talked about it very briefly with Mike and Brian, but their influence and their love of like Korean masks and Japanese masks. And that mask is so great because it's so scary to me, but when you just look at it on its face, you're like, yes, it is stern looking.
Right.
Beautiful though.
But it's a beautiful
It is. It
mask,
really
and it's
is.
not, you could see that being a hero's mask.
Right. For
So
sure.
it's very well designed because it
true.
isn't a thing where it's just like, immediately you're
Right.
like, oh, that's bad guy.
He's like
bad
cackling,
guy.
and
Yeah.
and
But the
Exactly.
wild thing
Yeah,
too
yeah.
is like he states the purpose of the whole first series is to get the world back in balance, and he's saying he's ushering in
Right.
a new era of balance in
Yeah.
the world, which is again it makes
wild.
everything very gray and wild, and you're like,
Yeah.
I know what you. I don't. It's
Yeah.
But isn't that what like dictators do, right? They like
I guess
they like
so.
promise something good,
right.
right? They're not going to say I'm going to like destroy the world for you. I'm going to make this a better place, and like all the things that are wrong in your life, I'm going to fix,
Yeah.
right? And that's why it works so well.
And they scapegoat,
Yeah.
and in scapegoating, some kind
Firebending,
of they're
yeah.
firebending, or benders in this case,
Benders.
all
All
benders.
benders. That's right, all
It's
benders.
always like let's
That's
scapegoat
firebenders.
one group. The problem with all of our ills
Right.
is whomever.
Right.
Choose a
Absolutely.
group.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think we actually will see that if we take a look for our last clip at the kind of exchange that Korra and Tenzin have at the end of the episode. Unless I'm mistaken, we talk about kind of what has to have been going on for this to be gaining as much ground as it is, which goes back to your point of like, what is the state of a place when somebody can sweep in and maybe not make all the sense in the world, but trigger something that people are like, yes, I'm holding on to this now. Yes, you've given me this hope for this thing, you know? Hard to hear that bending is the cause of every war.
Yeah, I mean,
one war lasted 100 years, so I don't even know how many other wars there were. That was 100 years worth of wars. Fire Nation.
I know. I mean, Amon, what are you talking about, Amon? It was a one war in 100 years. You weren't even alive. What are you talking about?
Right.
And also, like, of course, what happens in this episode is that they are face to face. Like, Korra and Mike and Brian talked about this, that the ability of this book in particular, and the idea of there being 12 episodes was like, oh, we can introduce a contact between the adversary.
It got to it fast.
Quickly.
Right.
Because we don't have to keep Ozai at a distance from Aang for 3 seasons.
Right.
Let's see what happens.
No Great Divide episodes.
Yeah, no great. How dare you?
Wow. I could just stare at it forever.
Okay, I've seen enough.
How dare you?
We love that episode.
We love that episode.
Great episode.
Greatly divisive episode.
Yes. One of my favorites, you guys, by the way.
But yeah. So they're there. He could take away her bending right then.
And we
like,
experienced from the last show. We experienced from the last. We knew it, and we know it could happen.
Yeah.
And I was like, is she gonna? I was watching. I was like, is this series about her having no bending skills?
Right.
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
That would be crazy.
And then he doesn't, which makes you feel some type of. He felt strong. It was a strong. That was a power move.
Choice. It's a power move. And also makes us think of Aang, just like you said.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
once again,
Like, maybe he's not so bad.
Yeah.
Maybe
maybe this is what it was all about. Maybe Aang being able to do that was all about what the lion turtles want. Maybe this is a natural.
Right.
Yeah.
Except for Steve Bloom sounds so bad.
That's true.
So bad.
But in such a cool
so
way,
good at being
not in like
bad.
a trite way, you know.
Yeah,
not
100%.
Not the easy way. Like,
He's playing that stuff underneath too. He's got the simmering music
Yeah.
under the surface as
But
well.
it's belittling the Avatar.
I know it's so
Isn't
belittled.
it
To be like, you know
horrible?
what? I'm gonna let
I'm
you
not
live,
even
you
gonna
little
do it.
flea,
yeah,
you
you're
little
nothing.
ant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that? How did you feel about that?
Let's take a look. Let's take a look at it, and I can revisit how horrible it was.
Yeah.
The Avatar, that's her.
Let her go. She's the perfect messenger to tell the city of my power.
Ugh, gross. She's just a tool to him.
Yes.
Hate it.
It's very calculating.
Hate it.
Thank goodness. I was just about to send out a search party. Are you all right? Korra, what happened? Did you find your friend?
Yes, but I was at an Equalist rally. I saw Amon.
What?
He can take people's bending away. For good.
That's impossible. Only the Avatar has ever possessed that ability.
But I saw him do it.
I believe you. I don't know how Amon has achieved this power, but this means the revolution is more dangerous than ever. No bender is safe.
Like what you saw? Well, that was just the tip of the iceberg.
Full episodes of Avatar Braving the Elements are available right here on the Avatar Legends YouTube channel or wherever you get your podcasts.
And catch more Avatar, The Last Airbender, and The Legend of Korra on Paramount+.
My era's not over yet!